I talk, you listen. Welcome to my one-man panel of madness. Hi everyone, it's Dr. Geohu in isolation, but I'm always in isolation. Anyways, today has been a really uh, Whovian day, I guess you could say it. I'm sure many of you that are listening to this or watching it know that today was the hashtag Save the Day. Um, and this was all based on the idea of having a global simulcast watch of the Day of the Doctor, as it was back in November 23rd, 2013. And so it was all put together by um, a young lady by the name of Emily Cook. And I believe, if I have my facts correct, she works for the Doctor Who magazine, and so she put this all together so that everyone could join in on today, and everybody kind of get together wherever they are and watch the Day of the Doctor. So it was a brilliant idea. It worked perfectly. Twitter finally, was ablaze with happy Whovians, which is a very nice thing to have. Seeing as what's happened the last two seasons of Doctor Who. So it was great. It was awesome. It almost felt back like, it was November 23rd, 2013. The best part of it, though, was that we were joined by various guest stars from Doctor Who, Ingrid Oliver and Dan Starkey, Strax. And so, of course, though, the highlight was Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat came back to Twitter and kind of, live tweeted a little bit, little tidbits of information and, so many little things about the show. And I mean, it was really awesome of him to come back. Now, if you know the history, Stephen Moffat used to have an account on Twitter. And unfortunately, due to a lot of bullying, he decided that it was just not conducive anymore to, have a Twitter account. So he's been off for the last few years and finally made the decision to come back just for today. So he has a temporary account just for the Day of the Doctor tweet along, which was amazing. I've always liked Stephen Moffat as a showrunner, and many of his stories have become essentially, legend. I mean, The Weeping Angels, Captain Jack, River Song. I mean, he gave us really important characters that have become timeless now, So it was really, really nice of him to, spend his Saturday afternoon, or a Saturday evening, actually, in the UK, to just treat along as we watch the show. And so I've definitely took my time to share my thoughts and gratitude, because for me, 2013 was kind of a weird year, and especially towards the end, there was just I had just moved back to Los Angeles, and so things weren't kind of going exactly as I expected, which is normally what happens in real life. And so there's a lot of kind of negative things just happening, and I had just really had enough. So the thing that kept me going the whole time was there's going to be a 50th anniversary special. There's going to be a 50th anniversary special. And that really kept me going. I mean, I even took an entire day, 8 hours, to take public transportation to the theater where they were showing it live, go to print on my tickets because I just assumed it was going to be a chaotic madhouse. So it was like 4 hours to get there and 4 hours to get back, where if I had taken a car, it would have taken all but 30 minutes. But that's my dedication. I just really wanted to have this ready. I didn't want anything to be messed up on this very important day. And let me just say, it was one of the greatest days of my life. Not so much for the episode, but it was amazing to be in the entire theater, which I believe had about 15 screening rooms. All of them had the Doctor, the Day of the Doctor playing. Because originally it sold out. If you remember this, but it sold out like boom. As soon as they put out the tickets on Fathom, it sold out. And I think seeing that this was a big event, more than theaters opened more, more room for the special. So we got our ticket, but we actually had bought tickets for the Monday after the the special. So we actually got to see it twice within a span of 2 days. But it was amazing just to be there with fans in cosplay and everybody taking pictures. And to me, that's what fandom is all about. It's about everybody getting together, sharing their love for the same thing. Of course, not everyone agrees. Some people disagree with things, but it was still very cordial. It was very friendly. And that's what I love about my fandom. Now, has it gone away from that a bit? It has. We all know that within Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, these major shows, there has been a lot of divisions and fighting and arguing and people literally being bullied off social media. And so for that specific day, I wasn't on social media. I was there with them. So it was a physical, social engagement. And I had a brilliant time with meeting new people and people I would see every year at the Doctor Who convention Gallifrey 1. So I think it was great. I really enjoyed it sitting there. I still got teary-eyed in some important parts, especially, when all the doctors come out and the eyebrows, Peter Capaldi's eyebrows, to Tom Baker, appearing in it as a surprise, as a curator, which now, thanks to the Series 12 finale, he is definitely a doctor. We just don't know where he's a doctor. So yeah, I mean, it was just cool. It was a worldwide event. It looked like it actually made number one as a trend, which was hashtag Save the Day. But it was great to see that also John Hurt, Billy Piper, and Doctor Who, all of these were very, kind of high up there trending hashtags, which is great. And I think we really needed this. A lot of people are stuck at home and, some are literally just alone and they've never faced this kind of, isolation where they can't go anywhere to meet with people and talk to people. So this is where the power of the internet really comes into play. And it's, I've seen things start streaming. People are, streaming events. Bands are streaming live. And so this is great. Everybody's actually sharing. So even though this thing is a bad situation, there is a lot of good coming from it. And that's what I love, that there is some good coming from this. And that's important, because if we're learning nothing from these events, we're doomed to repeat it. So I'm very, very thankful for people coming together and sharing. And I mean, I usually am not a big Twitter person. I usually just check it every now and then, but definitely today, I think I had my fair share of commenting and sharing, and it was great. It's like having friends from all over the world come together, sharing in Doctor Who. And it's great that Stephen Moffat was there. One of his last comments is what really, really got me. Actually, it was his last comment that he made, and I'll read it now. Quote, "Missed that show, missed the madness and the speed and the vitality of it, and I miss you lot." Well, I'm sorry, miss you lot. Sorry. Stay well, stay home. If you've indulged in panic buying, take it all to the door of the nearest NHS workers. Sorry, save the world. So obviously, if you have too much stuff, take it to your local Goodwill or someone that might need it. But again, love it. Love it. A lot of little tidbits about that part. The congratulations, thank you very much. That was an improv. So he shared so much stuff, especially like little things like the roundels, right? And there was some people were talking about the round things in the well, it was an art museum, I guess, where they had the No More Gallifrey Falls No More painting. And he even said, that wall was later used for David Bradley's TARDIS in Twice Upon a Time. Make of that what you will. So we're definitely inside a TARDIS. We just don't know who or what. So anyway, yeah, it was great. I just think that this is fandom at its best, showing that we can come together, share something, get out of the whole monotony of self-isolation, quarantine, a virus that's, hurting a lot of people, and take a little time to say, hey, we should be thankful that we can still be on the internet, sharing with Stephen Moffat, Igmit Oliver, Dan Starkey, a lot of people from production, from the Doctor Who production were joining the magazine. So who knows? There is an idea of having this again March 26th for the 15th anniversary of Rose, which is the first episode back in 2005 to bring back the Doctor and introduce us to the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. So that would be fun to do. So who knows? Maybe we'll do a recording live of that and use that as a show. But, again, this just reminds me that we really have to be thankful for these little moments. Some people might not agree. They're like, you people are wasting your time. You should be, learning about how many new deaths have happened. Listen, the reality is sometimes you have to take a step back and enjoy these moments. You're healthy, you're alive, you're amongst friends on the internet, you're sharing your passion for your fandom. I heard that Jared Leto is also doing a similar thing with movies, and I think at the time that I'm recording this, they were watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So, maybe a lot of people should be doing that. Stream, what you're doing, share with others, do whatever you need to get through this. And again, always, like the doctor says, be kind. So that's what I have for this segment, and we'll see what comes up next. Until next time.